Morning VC, it's Steve Whitty here again. It's Sunday morning, the 5th of March, and another video of recent finds. A lot of singles, some albums. This could be a bit of a long one. But before I start, actually, with a little bit of housekeeping, I've added 2 new subscribers, so now I'm 44, so big thank you to Jorgen S. and Daddy Sensei Silver for subscribing. I've subscribed back to you. Really appreciate you taking the time out to view some of my videos and subscribing. Hopefully, my content meets your satisfaction. I'll look at yours, and I'm going to start commenting on a few more videos as well. So, without further ado, as it's going a long one, this is first part of the video is going to be singles. I've been quite lucky, managed to pick up a few more singles. I do like buying singles. Because it sort of takes me back to my youth a little bit. That's how I first started buying records, was singles, for what they were. So, trying to complete my ABBA collection on singles. This is Summer Night City, single from '78. B-side's a bit of a curio. It's a medley of Pick Up a Bale of Old Cotton, Top of Old Smoky, and Midnight Special. Next up is a double A side for ABBA in 1979, Angel Eyes, and Voulez-Vous, which was the title track of the album that came out at that time. And then another single from 1979, Gimme Gimme Gimme, A Man After Midnight. Finished with the ABBA phase. Next single I picked up, Bauhaus and their cover of Ziggy Stardust. This was their biggest hit single, came out in 1982. The band sort of split up a year after, so I think it was just their parting shot a little bit. Next single, I'm really pleased to have picked up this. It's Badfinger, No Matter What. Badfinger stuff is very difficult to come by unless it's imported, and it's very expensive. I think this record defines power pop. As a genre. Managed to pick up some Beatle records, quite cheap. Please Please Me. The number 1 EP, which features I Saw Her Stand. Let's get that in. Number 1 EP features I Saw Her Standing There, Misery, Anna, and Chains. A couple of stuff on ABBA on the Apple record label. Get Back, and then followed up by, is this in the right order? Let It Be. David Bowie's Sound and Vision. Phil Collins, his first number one single in the UK. His version of You Can't Hurry Love. Deep Purple, Strange Kind of Woman. Top 10 single for them, 71. Number 1 single from 1986, Doctor and the Medics, their cover of Spirit in the Sky. Sort of came out sort of like an old psychedelic band, and yeah, and this was very much I would say one hit wonder. It's very typical 80s sounding record. Very untypical of what they sounded like. I think the B-side was more representative of what they were. Another number 1 single, this time from 1970, Dave Edmunds' Rock Pile and I Hear You Knocking. Fleetwood Mac and Tusk, probably my favourite Fleetwood Mac song of the Buckingham Nicks era. Pleased to find this single. I've already got a copy of this as an EP, which normally would have Alright, My Brother Jake and Wishing Well, big hit singles. This is free, it's Alright Now, on the Pink Island, and it's got the original B-side, Mouthful of Grass. Number 2 single in 1970. Released in 1982, this is Genesis and the 3x3 EP, Paper Late being the lead track. Paper Late is used in the and the Dancing in the Moonlight King from Selling England by the Pound. That's where the phrase came from. A record that I used to own, I've managed to pick up again. Eddie Grant, Living on the Front Line. Eddie Grant used to be the lead singer in the Equals, sorry. Very famous for Baby Come Back, their #1 single. Nick Kershaw, The Riddle. I quite like that song. It was from 1984. He got very good, caught up in the pop world. I think he was a bit more serious musician than that. Next two singles by the same artist. This is John Congos. This one is He's Gonna Step on You Again, which Happy Mondays used, covered. And then, I hope I pronounced this right, this is probably, I'm not sure if this was his bigger single. This is Turkalushi Man. I hope I pronounced that right. Really pleased to pick those up. Great records. Another single I was pleased to pick up. This is Manfred Mann's Earth band Joybringer, based very much on Jupiter from the Holst Planet Suite. Steve Miller Band, The Joker. Now this is the reissue from 1988. Got to #1 on the back. If you probably see a jeans commercial, and you can see on the back there. Whoops, I'm covering up. Advertising 501s as Be They Want. Advising us to play it loud. It's the Plastic Ono Band and Cold Turkey. Eric Clapton played guitar on that. Banned by the BBC at the time because it was a reference to drugs. #2 single from 1979, Roxy Music, Dance Away. When John Lennon died, Roxy Music recorded their version of Jealous Guy as a tribute, and that got to #1 in 1981. Excuse me, voice is a little croaky, so let's have a little slurp. It's better, cup of tea in the morning. Squeeze, and then the last top 10 single, labelled with Love. On the B-side, they've got a thing called Squabs on 40 Fab, and this was sort of like a take on 1981. A lot of stars on 45, a lot of segues, re-recording of back catalogues into one single with a sort of like a backbeat to it, a disco backbeat. This was their take on that. Three Dog Night, Joy to the World. Debut single from UB40, King, Food for Thought, on the Graduate label. Got in the top 10 1980. This one I was pleased to pick up. This is, I'll get this in the right order, Joe Walsh and Life's Been Good. Carrying on with another single, this is Wings and Junior's Farm. Finally on the singles, this is Bill Wyman and CC Je Suis Un Rockstar, released in 1981. Bit of a surprise hit single for him. In a way, he's fond of sort of got taken away by the fact that the Stones then did the Steel Wheels tour, and it became so big. So, yeah, but I was pleased to pick that up. It's a novelty single at that time. So that's were the batch of singles I picked up. Mainly charity shop hauls, some in the record stores. Singles are a great way of just building up the collection, and usually dirt cheap, because most people donate old singles. Moving on to the albums. First one I picked up, this is Bebop Deluxe, Live in the Air Age, released in 1977. The album. One of these albums, it contains an album and a 12-inch EP, and you have to play this in a certain order. So initially you play side 1 of the album, then side 2 is side 1 of the EP. Whoop, and move that. And then side 3 is side 2 of the EP, and then side 4 is side 2 of the album. Hope we're paying attention. I may ask questions about that later. Pat Benatar's Crime of Passion, I believe, her third album, released in 1980. You got on here Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Hell Is For Children. There was a version of Kate Bush's Wuthering Heights. Ooh. Seemed a good idea at the time. Talking of Kate Bush and Wuthering Heights, her debut album, The Kick Inside, I picked this up for £1. I was really pleased with this. Original copy. You got the aforementioned Wuthering Heights, #1 single in 1978. You also got my favourite Kate Bush song, The Man with the Child in His Eye. To think she wrote that when she was 14. Achingly beautiful song. I mentioned in my vinyl tag video about Joan Armatrading being considered a national treasure. Kate Bush is a national treasure. A one-off artist, supreme one-off. Record that I've never owned in any format before, be it CD, album, cassette, 8-track cartridge, whatever you would like to call it. Layla and other assorted love songs, Derek and the Dominoes, double album, released 1970. Obviously best known for the title track, which became in an edited form hit single 1972 and again in 1982. But it's more to the album than this. Bell Bottom Blues, look at the version of Hendrix' Little Wing, Have You Ever Loved a Woman? I just think it's a great album. So glad I picked this up. It only cost me £5. Happy with that. Now, I mentioned in the vinyl tag about picking up, being given an album by the people at my local record store, Fashion, on the Product Perfect label, Fashion Music. So I won't go on too much about it. It's an independent album, 1979. Very pleased with Pick the Bat. Been given that. It's a good album actually. Worth checking out. Something completely different. I'd been eyeing this album in the record store for some time. This is the history of Fairport Convention, and it's basically from 1972. So it's basically stuff from 69 to 72. And let me get this out. As well as your 2 albums on the Island record label. Inside, you've got this rather nice little booklet. It's really well packaged, giving sort of like the history of the band. I think this person used to smoke cigarettes. You can still smell stale cigarette smoke on this. Yeah, really pleased with this. And then looking at the back, and it gives you a little up. You got your Pete frame, sort of like family trees on the front, which gives you a breakdown of the lineups and where they went to. On the back, obviously your track listing, but then you look up at the discography, and it's amazing to think that in 1969, Fairport Convention released 3 albums. Never happened these days. Never would happen. And you know, it's just amazing stuff. I've just been listening to a lot recently, and I'm so happy to pick it up. I know the original albums are so expensive. Another artist that I really admire, John Cougar, or John Cougar Mellencamp, and this is The Lonesome Jubilee, Paper and Fire, check it out, Cherry Bomb, Rooty Toot Toot, and the lead tracks on there. Really pleased to pick this up, and it cost me a couple of quid, as well as Big Daddy by John Cougar Mellencamp. The Lonesome Jubilee was 87. This came out in 1989. Again, I found this for £1. This is an album I used to have. This is some product, Carry On Sex Pistols. This was very much a rip-off, cash-in, released in 79. It's basically an album full of interviews and band radio commercials. No music on it at all. Sort of like cashed in on the fact Sid Vicious had died about 6 months previously. Basically, Virgin Records trying to eke out every last penny out of the band. Cost $3.99. That was the maximum price you could buy it for. Simple Minds, and this is Once Upon a Time. I'm surprised I've never had this album before. In excellent condition. This is the big album, really. You've got all the things she said: Ghost Dancing, Alive and Kicking, Sanctify Yourself. There, big songs on here. It just comes on the back. They just have number one with "Don't You Forget About Me." So in the States, this was. Mentioned this in my vinyl tagging video. This was the last album I previously bought. This is Slade Alive. Played it yesterday. Absolute corking album. Oh man, I forgot how good Slade Live were. And it doesn't have any of the hit singles apart from "Get Down and Get With It." Just and it does a mean version of John Sebastian's "Dinah Be Home Soon." Oh, Noddy Holder's voice, so powerful. Again, another album picked up for £1. This is ZZ Top's Afterburner. Yeah, the follow-up to Eliminator. Very much tried to keep up with the sound of the time. Released in 1985. In a way, it dates the album. They synthesised in the drums, which is a shame. And then the final album is a compilation, Satin City, 20 great tracks for the midnight hour. So you've got Bill Withers' Lovely Day, and Lonely Night for Dancing. What else we got? The Emotions, Best of My Love, Even Though You're Gone by the Jacksons, When Will I See You Again, 3 Degrees, Show Me the Way to Go, the Jacksons, Herbie Hancock, I Thought It Was You, Float On by the Floaters, which was a big hit single in 1977. So, that's all my recent finds. They're a bit of packing, storing I've got to do now. So, I hope you enjoyed what I've brought. So, feel free to make comments on it if you so wish. If you wish to subscribe, just click the subscribe button. I'll always follow you back. And so enjoy your week. Until next time, take care, VC.